dopamine and serotonin. Why pleasure is not the same as well-being. There are moments when life feels electric. A message appears on the screen, a goal is reached, someone praises your work, a new idea suddenly seems possible. For a few seconds, the mind lights up, the body leans forward, something inside says, more. And then there are other moments. You wake up after real sleep, you walk outside and feel sunlight on your face, you sit with someone who does not need you to perform, you finish a simple meal, breathe more slowly, and realize that nothing urgent is attacking you. This feeling is quieter. It does not sparkle in the same way, but it stays longer. Both states matter. Both are part of human well-being, but they do not come from the same inner mechanism. In everyday language, dopamine and serotonin are often described too simply. Dopamine is called the pleasure hormone. Serotonin is called the happiness hormone. But the truth is more interesting. These molecules are not magic buttons. They are part of complex systems that influence motivation, mood, attention, reward, sleep, appetite, patience, and emotional balance. Dopamine is closely connected with wanting, seeking, anticipation, and movement toward goals. Serotonin is more connected with stability, calm, sleep rhythm, appetite, and emotional regulation. One says, go after it. The other says, you are safe enough to stay. The real question is not, which one makes us happy? The deeper question is this, what kind of happiness are we building? Sophia, the chase of the next reward. Imagine Sophia. She works in marketing. She is fast, bright, and full of ideas. In meetings, she speaks with energy. She notices trends before other people do. She can turn a vague idea into a strong campaign in one afternoon. Her colleagues admire her. They often say, Sophia just gets things done. And they are right. Sophia loves the feeling of progress. A new project gives her energy. A deadline sharpens her focus. A compliment from her manager can lift her mood for the whole day. When one of her posts performs well online, she checks the numbers again and again. Likes, comments, shares, views, each small signal feels like proof. Proof that she is talented, proof that she is moving forward, proof that she matters. This is dopamine at work. Not simply pleasure, but anticipation and reward. Dopamine gives Sophia momentum. It helps her move quickly toward what her brain has marked as valuable. But there is another side. Sophia begins to need stronger signals to feel the same excitement. A normal workday feels dull unless something dramatic happens. Rest feels uncomfortable. Silence feels almost like failure. When she is not achieving, posting, answering, improving, planning, or being noticed, she feels strangely empty. She opens social media for just 1 minute and loses half an hour. She says yes to another project before thinking carefully. She makes fast decisions because fast decisions give her the feeling of control. At first, this looks like ambition. Later, it becomes exhaustion wearing the mask of ambition. Sophia is not weak. She is not lazy. Her nervous system has simply learned to search for the next reward. A notification, a new task, a quick purchase, a compliment, a reaction, another notification. The brain learns stimulation means life, but life becomes smaller when only stimulation feels alive. Tanya, the strength of stability. Now imagine Tanya. Tanya also has a successful career. She works in IT, where her job requires patience, precision, and long attention. Her progress is less dramatic than Sophia's. She does not rush to be seen. She does not say yes to every opportunity. She chooses carefully, and she finishes well. At work, Tanya is known for reliability. If she promises something, she delivers it. If a problem is complex, she does not panic. She breaks it into parts. Her calm is not passive, it is active, it is a skill. Tanya exercises regularly, not because she is trying to create a perfect lifestyle image, but because she notices that movement changes her mood. She spends time outside, she eats regularly, she protects her sleep, she keeps close relationships with friends and family. She practices meditation and yoga, not as decoration, but as a way to return to herself when the mind becomes noisy. This does not mean Tanya is always peaceful. She has stressful days, she gets irritated, she loses focus, she doubts herself, but she has built recovery into her life. This is where serotonin-related balance becomes important. A stable mood is rarely the result of one perfect habit. It is more like an ecosystem. Sleep, daylight, movement, food, emotional safety, meaningful connection, and routine all send signals to the nervous system. They say, "You are not in danger all the time." Tanya's life is not free from pressure, but it has enough grounding to absorb pressure. Sophia lives from spark to spark. Tanya has built a fire that can keep burning. Dopamine is the chemistry of go. Dopamine is often called the pleasure hormone, but this nickname can be misleading. Dopamine is not only about enjoying something, it is deeply involved in wanting something. It helps us move toward goals, learn from rewards, and repeat actions that seem useful or exciting. Think about a phone notification. The strongest pull often comes before you even read the message. The phone lights up, and the mind feels a small flash of possibility. Who wrote? Is it important? Is it good news? Is it approval? Is it something exciting? That moment of anticipation can be more powerful than the message itself. This is one of dopamine's most interesting features. It is closely connected to the search. The brain does not only respond to reward, it responds to the possibility of reward. That is why social media, games, online shopping, and endless scrolling can become so magnetic. Maybe the next post will be funny. Maybe the next message will change your mood. Maybe the next video will be more interesting. Maybe the next refresh will bring something new. The brain loves maybe. A predictable reward is pleasant. An unpredictable reward is powerful. This does not make dopamine bad, it makes dopamine important. Without dopamine, we would struggle to pursue goals, learn skills, complete tasks, or explore new possibilities. Dopamine helps a child try again after falling. It helps a student continue studying. It helps a musician repeat a difficult passage until the fingers finally obey. It helps a person build something that does not yet exist. Dopamine is the chemistry of movement. The problem begins when movement has no direction. The modern dopamine trap. Modern life gives the brain many rewards that are fast, bright, and easy. You can feel bored and become entertained within 3 seconds. You can feel lonely and become distracted within 5. You can feel tired and become stimulated instantly. A short video, a message, a snack, a purchase, a like, a new tab, a new desire. The brain was not designed for endless novelty. It can adapt to it, but adaptation has consequences. When quick rewards become too common, slower rewards may start to feel dull. Reading a book feels too slow. Deep work feels too quiet. Exercise feels unrewarding because the result is delayed. A real conversation feels demanding. Learning a skill feels frustrating because mastery does not arrive immediately. This is one reason people say, "I know what I should do, but I cannot make myself do it." Often, the problem is not a lack of knowledge, it is a competition between rewards. The body knows that sleep, exercise, studying, saving money, or meaningful work may help in the long term, but the brain sees something easier nearby: a video, a message, a snack, a game, a small escape. The immediate reward speaks loudly, the future reward whispers. Self-control is not only a moral quality, it is also the ability to make the future feel real enough to compete with the present. The student and the phone. Imagine a student who plans to study for an exam. She opens her laptop. The textbook is ready. She genuinely wants to do well. But the first page feels difficult. The information is dense. Progress is slow. Then her phone lights up. The choice seems small: study or check the message. But inside the brain, the difference is huge. Studying offers a delayed reward, understanding, confidence, a better result later. The phone offers an immediate reward: novelty, connection, relief from discomfort. She checks the phone. One message becomes one short video. One video becomes a feed. 20 minutes disappear. Afterward, she feels guilty. She tells herself, "I have no discipline." But this explanation is too harsh. Her brain chose the reward that was closer, easier, and more emotionally available. To change this pattern, she does not only need motivation, she needs structure. She can put the phone in another room. She can study in short, focused blocks. She can make progress visible. She can reward herself after effort, not before effort. Discipline becomes easier when the environment supports it. The office worker who cannot rest. Now imagine a high-performing office worker. The weekend finally arrives. He has free time. Nothing urgent needs to be done. But instead of feeling relieved, he feels restless. He checks email. He opens work messages. He looks at documents, just in case. Even leisure becomes a project. The best restaurant, the best workout, the best book, the most productive weekend. This is not always ambition. Sometimes it is conditioning. If the brain has learned to feel valuable only when producing, then rest can feel threatening. The absence of achievement creates discomfort. The person keeps chasing tasks, not because they are necessary, but because productivity temporarily removes anxiety. In this case, dopamine is not only about pleasure, it is about identity. I achieve, therefore I exist. A healthier pattern does not mean becoming lazy. It means learning that value does not disappear in stillness. Serotonin and the quiet side of well-being. Serotonin has a different emotional texture. If dopamine is a spark, serotonin is more like background weather. You may not notice it when it is stable, but when it is disturbed, everything feels harder. Serotonin is involved in mood regulation, sleep rhythm, appetite, digestion, and emotional balance. But serotonin should not be treated as a simple happiness chemical. Mood is shaped by many systems at once: brain chemistry, hormones, sleep, stress, relationships, physical health, personal history, and environment. Still, serotonin-related balance often plays a role in the feeling of being steady. Not euphoric, not excited, steady. This kind of well-being is easy to underestimate because it is not dramatic. It does not announce itself. It does not create a rush. But it changes ordinary life. When mood is more stable, small problems remain small. A rude message does not destroy the whole day. A delay does not feel like a disaster. A mistake can be corrected without becoming an identity crisis. Stability gives the mind room. Stimulation is not the same as restoration. Imagine 2 evenings. In the first evening, you order food, watch short videos, buy something online, and keep checking messages. The evening is full of small pleasures. Nothing is wrong with that. But by the end, you may feel strangely unsatisfied, as if you consumed many things but absorbed nothing. In the second evening, you cook a simple dinner, take a walk, talk to a friend, stretch for 10 minutes, and go to sleep without your phone beside the bed. This evening may not feel exciting, but the next morning, your nervous system may feel different. The first evening gives stimulation. The second gives restoration. Both can be enjoyable, but they leave different traces. Dopamine-rich activities often pull attention outward toward novelty, comparison, reward, and the next signal. Serotonin-supporting habits often bring the body back into rhythm. Movement, light, sleep, food, connection, repetition, and safety. A healthy life needs both. But when stimulation replaces restoration, pleasure stops becoming nourishment. It becomes noise. Why achievement alone is not enough. Sophia's story shows an important modern paradox. A person can be successful and still feel internally unstable. Achievement can create pride, confidence, opportunity, and pleasure. It can give structure to life. It can help a person grow. But achievement alone cannot regulate the nervous system. This is why some people reach an important goal and feel empty soon after. They thought the goal would bring peace, but the goal brought only a peak. And after the peak, the brain began searching for the next one. A promotion, then a higher salary, then recognition, then a bigger project, then a more impressive title, then another comparison. Dopamine helps us climb, but it does not tell us when we are allowed to rest. This does not mean ambition is unhealthy. Ambition becomes unhealthy when it is the only emotional fuel available. When life has no stable sources of meaning, connection, rest, and inner safety, achievement has to do too much. It has to provide identity, pleasure, status, purpose, and emotional regulation. No achievement can carry all of that for long. Social media and the reward system. Social media is one of the clearest examples of dopamine design. It offers novelty, approval, comparison, unpredictability, and endless scrolling in one place. Each refresh contains possibility. The next post may be funny. The next comment may be flattering. The next message may matter. The system rarely says, "You have had enough." It says, "There might be more." Sophia checks her post after publishing it. At first, she only wants information. Did people like it? Did it reach the audience? But soon, she is not checking for information anymore. She is checking for emotional regulation. If the numbers are good, she feels safe. If the numbers are weak, she feels uneasy. If nobody responds, she questions herself. Her sense of self becomes outsourced. A healthier relationship with social media does not require disappearing from the digital world. It requires boundaries. Post, then leave the app. Check messages at chosen times. Turn off non-essential notifications. Create before consuming. Do not measure your worth through engagement. The goal is not to reject technology. The goal is to stop letting technology train your nervous system without permission. Relationships, excitement and safety. Relationships also show the difference between excitement and stability. At the beginning of attraction, dopamine can be intense. A message from the person feels powerful. Waiting for a reply becomes almost physical. The mind searches for signs, a look, a word, a delay, a change in tone. Everything seems meaningful. This early stage can be beautiful. It gives energy, curiosity, and emotional color. But long-term love cannot survive on dopamine alone. A stable relationship also needs trust, rhythm, safety, respect, repair, and the ability to be ordinary together. Some people confuse intensity with depth. If a relationship is unpredictable, the reward system may become highly activated. The highs feel powerful because the lows feel painful. This can make instability feel like passion. But calm is not the enemy of love. Sometimes calm is what love feels like when the nervous system no longer has to fight for proof. How to support a better balance. The goal is not to eliminate dopamine. That would be impossible and unhealthy. Dopamine helps us want, choose, learn, create, and move. The goal is to reduce unnecessary overstimulation and reconnect reward with meaningful effort. Create small pauses between desire and action. Before checking your phone, pause for a few seconds. Before buying something online, wait until tomorrow. Before opening another video, ask, do I actually want this, or am I escaping discomfort? The pause matters. It creates space between impulse and behavior, and freedom often begins in that space. Protect deep work. Choose one task. Remove obvious distractions. Work for a realistic block of time. Do not wait until you feel inspired. At first, focus may feel boring. That does not mean something is wrong. It means your attention is adjusting from stimulation to concentration. At first, silence feels empty. Then, it becomes usable. Support serotonin-related stability through the basics. Get daylight, move your body, eat regularly, sleep enough, spend time with people you trust, build simple routines. These habits may sound ordinary, but ordinary things shape the nervous system every day. Light tells the body what time it is. Movement helps process stress. Sleep restores emotional control. Food supports energy. Connection reminds the brain that it is not alone. Well-being is not only a mental project. The body is always involved. The myth of perfect balance. It is tempting to imagine that the goal is perfect balance. Just enough dopamine, just enough serotonin, always calm, always motivated, always focused. But human beings do not work like perfectly tuned machines. Some days require more drive. Other days require more recovery. Some seasons of life are full of ambition. Others are about healing, rebuilding, or waiting. A healthy system is not one that never moves. It is one that can move and return. Work hard, then rest. Feel excitement, then settle. Enjoy pleasure, then stop. Experience stress, then recover. Pursue a goal without becoming owned by it. This flexibility may be more important than any perfect emotional state. Sophia's difficulty is not that she wants success. It is that her system struggles to come down from the chase. Tanya's strength is not that she is calm all the time. It is that her life gives her many ways to return to balance. The deeper lesson. Dopamine gives life movement. Serotonin gives life ground. Dopamine helps us want, pursue, learn, risk, create, and grow. It is the energy of the next step. Serotonin helps us stabilize, sleep, recover, connect, and feel safe enough to live inside the present. A life built only on dopamine becomes a chase. There is always another goal, another message, another reward, another version of the self that must be reached before peace is allowed. A life built only on comfort can become too still. Without desire, challenge, and growth, stability may turn into stagnation. Well-being needs both, spark and ground, movement and return, ambition and recovery. Sophia teaches us that success without inner regulation can become expensive. Tanya teaches us that calm does not mean weakness. A slower rhythm can still lead to a rich and successful life. The healthiest mind is not one that avoids pleasure. It is one that can enjoy pleasure without becoming dependent on it. It can pursue goals without burning out. It can rest without guilt. It can feel excitement without losing itself. It can choose not only what feels good now, but what makes life deeper later. Because in the end, well-being is not the constant presence of happiness. It is the ability to move through life without being controlled by every craving, every fear, every signal, and every reward. It is knowing when to reach forward and when to come home to yourself.